This is the Simpit. I'm your host, Shaun Cole, and welcome to tonight's edition of the Pit Stop, where you, the pit crew, you are the real star of today's show. Thank you for being here. Anybody who's here has realized that we changed the time for our Friday show. Instead of a Friday morning show, I'm sure a lot of people were there wondering where the heck the show was this morning. I did announce on Wednesday that we'd be doing a Friday night show. And we were doing that for two reasons. Number one, just to test out what it was like to be prime time with the show. 5 o'clock here in California, 8 o'clock on the East Coast. And then, we already got a super chat from Tom Jones. Thank you very much, Tom Jones. Much appreciated. But yeah, I actually, this morning, I had to go down to the city. I had a different job I was doing left the house at 5 a.m. and returned here at about 4 o'clock, an hour before this show. So I did have to move the show. It was either cancel it or move it later, but I was talking to some friends, and we decided, hey, let's go ahead and just try it at night. I mean, 9 a.m. is fun, and that's cool. Good way to start the day, but a lot of people can't make it. They're at work, obviously. If they're in the States, 9 a.m., you better be at work. So for some people, now I do need to apologize, too, because no matter what you do time slot-wise, when you move your time, there are people that it opens the door up, and there are people who it completely closes the door on. So there are some people that are going to miss the show because of our new time slot. So I don't know yet if this is going to be a permanent thing. Thank you, Steven. Thank you very much. Eric Hardiman, thank you very much. Getting in on the super chat as well. Hit perfect hat for a cycle up the mountains. Mad Mike edition. Good. It's good to know. So it works well for Australia. It works well for the States. For Europeans who go to bed at a reasonable hour, we are just way, way too late. Yes, thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, everybody, for keeping the wheels turning. Oh, Jesse in on the super chat as well. I just realized that. Thank you very much. Theodore in on the super chat. Wow, we're going to have to do nighttime shows more often. So anyway, the reason we did this was because I wasn't going to be here. We're trying it out. We'll see if we like it. We'll see how it fits. We'll see how it does views-wise. I mean, that's the bottom line. If this time slot works better, then we might have to stick with it. That's just the bottom. Sean Devlin, please move back to 9 a.m. I don't know just yet. I just don't know what we're going to do. Do morning light and this. Like I said, I need to apologize because some people this totally is terrible for them, and other people it's wonderful for. And after doing this for many years, whether you're running a league and trying to pick a time slot, whether you're running a time and just trying to pick time for practice for the team, it always ends up being a challenge. VT Racer with a super chat. Awesome. You guys are lighting it up today. Lighting it up. Anyway, so with that, we are still here for the pit stop. We are still here to talk about sim racing. Our fave, David Payne. You are all super duper. Yeah, for right now, we are going to leave the Monday and Wednesday at the normal time slot of 9 a.m. We are going to test out the Friday 5 p.m. for a few weeks to see how it works. At the end of that, David Payne, David Payne. You guys rocking the house. But yeah, we'll find out if the views go up or down. I mean, there are two ways for me to look at it. Number one, this is a live show, and this show is very dependent on you guys being here and being part of the conversation. That is the point of the show. So like right now, I show 47 people watching. That is about half as many people are normally there at the 9 a.m. show. Now, with that said, the 9 a.m. show has been going for over a year, and everybody knows what time. Bucho! Chris Phillips! Look at you guys! I can't even keep up with you guys. We're gifting subs. ZKX Chris gifting subs. Chris Phillips with a super chat. Bucho with a super chat. You guys are really, really... Thank you. David Blair! Wow. All right, you guys, this is crazy. I hope everybody's enjoying the Dramamine. No, sorry, I just had to say that. Yeah, we'll find out. I mean, like right now, I'm not going to judge today's attendance live for the fate of the Friday edition of the Pit Stop. We're going to have to test it for a period of time to really, really know, right? So we will do a trial time on this. Yeah, is this Linus? Am I wearing a bra? All right. On with the news. Let's get to some news. I'm sure we'll have more diversions and more interruptions as we do the news. And I hear my brother just got home. Trial run, exactly. We're just testing it out. Where can you get the hair color? I can't remember where I ordered this. I can find it. I wanted to order another one, maybe another color. Hi, Greg.
Hello.
I'm live.
Hello.
Hey, Greg says hello, everybody. Greg, did you want to come be on the show?
No, thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. My brother does not want to be on the show. All right, let's talk some sim racing news. What's going on out there in the world of sim racing? iRacing Downshift number 20, Season 2 build, week number 13, PAX East, and more. This is coming from the words of iRacing. Click here to listen to their iRacing Downshift. So if you go to their website, you can find it, and you can listen to their Downshift, and you'll hear all the people there. Yeah, Greg, the number one supporter of the show. Without Greg Cole, there would be no Simpit. So everybody send your thanks to Greg for sure. Yeah, the hair, my brother makes these wigs and we're selling them now on the show. Oh, Devin, thank you very much. We forgot to change to the news. Does he look like me? My brother looks like me with hair. Greg?
Yes.
Tom Jones will give me $5 if you come on camera.
I'll come on camera.
Oh, here he comes. The one, the only, the number one supporter of the Simpit, Greg Cole. There are 3 cameras. There's one up there, there's one there, and then there's one there.
Okay.
Well, you got to get a little
Oh,
more.
I gotta get a little.
Yeah. That's my bro.
I don't know what camera I'm looking at
You
here.
can look at that one right
Hi.
there. How was your day?
It was a very long day.
Very long day?
Yeah.
All right. And there's the Max. Thank you, Greg.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, everybody knows that's the first time you've ever been seen, Greg. I've
been purposely out of
Greg and Max. But see, the Friday show has its benefits, you guys. We do a 9 a.m. show. Nobody cares. Nobody's here. Yeah, exactly. Now you know my brother is not a figment of my imagination. And you can see we do look alike. That's my younger brother, by the way. He has all the hair and he has all the height. New subscriber. ZK Chris in on the sub with Twitch. Thank you very much. Now we need a Greg emote. Anyway, in addition to that, iRacing, in this, they're talking about PAX. I can't even remember what PAX. So come see iRacing at PAX East. What does PAX stand for? I can never remember what that one stands for. Isn't that like coin-op gaming almost? It's PAX. It's PAX, man, PAX. Want a chance to drive our new Oval AI on our brand new motion rig? Ooh, they got motion rigs. Join us at PAX East at Boston Convention and Exhibit Center this Thursday through Sunday. Shows open from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. So anybody there in that area. Thank you, Tom Jones. Thank you, Greg Cole. Anyway, if you want to check out and meet some of the guys, I saw some other pictures. Week 13. Let's come back to week 13. So right here, if you look, I recognize this guy. This guy here with hair similar to mine. That right there is Kevin Bobbitt. You can see the crowd of people trying to get into the iRacing booth to drive the Sims. That's pretty awesome there at that show. Let's come back to their Twitter page. Let's go back. Week 13 is coming. So, gosh, do you guys realize it's the weekend? Monday is week 13. Week 13 presents a little bit of a bummer for me. when week 13 comes on iRacing for Penny Arcade Expo. Thank you, Dave Blair. That's what I thought. I thought it was arcade related. It's the Picard. No, that would be a different Bobbit, David Payne. What was his name? Was his name Kevin Bobbit? I cannot remember. More importantly, what was the name of the girl who did the act? John Wayne Bobbitt. Phil, thank you. Thank you. Anyway, so there are some official series. So if you are trying to get your points, Lorena Bobbitt, that's right. Look at that. Phil is all over the Bobbitt story. But no, this is Kevin, not John Wayne, Kevin Bobbitt. He's a good guy. Go meet Kevin. Tell him punch him in the arm and tell him Shaun told me to do that. Yes, I knew that, Phil. I just couldn't remember his name. So, week 13, there are a few. So if you're still trying to score some points in iRacing, that's one of the reasons why I don't like week 13. All of a sudden, like, all the official racing is gone, and it becomes just fun pickup racing, which is awesome. So this is all of the pickup racing, non-points. You could go do it, doesn't matter, crash everybody out, and you'll piss everyone off, but you're not going to lose any points versus their official series. These are the series that you can still score points in to license up. Anyway, that starts Monday. I don't like week 13. But for this week 13, I guess, is when we get to plan the Simpit Road Series and what we're going to do for next season, because Sunday is our final race of that season. Anyway, in addition to that, iRacing, we talked about the Ashton Crowder winning the race for Parker Kligerman Racing. What is different about this year's world of eSport when you're looking at the driving it from home, so you got to kind of break down the different so it's like a weekly pit series. The online eSport from the in-person eSport. The in-person eSport, obviously everything is very, very controlled. But when we're running from home, like in the iRacing NASCAR series, they run from home, which means these guys are still streaming or have the ability to stream. So this is what I find very fascinating and actually very cool, because it means that if you had tuned in during the race, you would have theoretically been able to see stream after stream after stream from the in-car. I remember when NASCAR first started giving us in-car camera control via the internet. When you were watching the races. So you'd watch the NASCAR race, and then you, from home, could click on various, I think they had 6 different in-cars that you could watch. That was really, really cool. So anyway, check this out. When we look at the iRacing Twitter page, there's Ray Alfala. Here's post-race tradition, behind the scenes of Tuesday's NASCAR. So this is Ashton Croucher. Not sure what they're showing here. Reaction. Anyway, okay, hold on. Stay with me. Well, that's at PAX. That's pretty funny. At PAX. Here's another one. This is Casey Kerwin from his point of view. Here's John Gorlinski streaming his. This is Burton Kligerman. Your morning donuts brought to you, so that's their celebration. That we covered. But this I don't think we actually covered this on last week. Do you guys have audio? Yeah. I'm out here desert filming NBC Proving Grounds with the sum of my favorite people. This is us watching the final laps. So Parker Kligerman Motorsports, obviously he is that. You had that on DirecTV. Yeah, it was really cool. I'm a flat earther. That guy died. The flat earther rocket man died. I agree, David Payne. See, and that's something that I don't understand why. In 2020, if I'm going to be the guy in charge of the F1 eSports series, I want a webcam on all 20 drivers. And I want to allow the viewers at home to be able to follow their favorite driver in addition to. So this would be on top of the regular feed, not only that feed. iRacing should be talking to these guys who do stream and collecting them together And, when I look at what we did yesterday with the eSport series, if any of you watched the race, you could actually switch from the Italian to the English feed with just one click on YouTube. iRacing could be clever and come up with something to integrate that kind of thinking, allowing me to switch from Ashton to Ray to Michael to all the various different drivers in the thing. Yeah, Mad Mike Hughes, that's the guy. Oh, I've followed him. I've watched several of his attempts with his hot water heater rocket. Yeah, they did a great job. That's when they came to me and asked if we could work together, the guys from eSport series. It was a no-brainer. I've worked with them in the past, and they're one of the most buttoned-up operations I've ever done. So when Matteo contacted me, I've worked with them in the past, and was like, I'd love to work with you guys in the future. They had commentators, so it was just a matter of more content for the show. Really good content, too. And yes, they make Assetto Corsa look very, very good. Yeah, he died. He crashed. He crashed his latest rocket, Arudes. So in a home-built rocket. It's always had parachutes to come back down, and something failed on the parachute, I understand, and no more. Too bad. Do you think that if he was a round earther, he'd still be alive? He fell off the end of the earth. Too soon. Too soon, TC. That's too soon. We have class here at the Simpit. No, we don't. We have no class whatsoever, and that was not too soon. He died doing what he loved. Well, that is true. That is true. Who's on fire? Who's on fire? RFactor 2 is on fire. It seems like weekly we get an update, despite them calling their roadmap monthly. But weekly we're getting updates out of them at this point. It's never too soon on Twitch. Thank you, Devin Booth. Roadmap update February 2020 from Studio 397 in regards to RFactor 2. Things they've been working on are releasing broadcast overlays, development update content, some adjustments to Circuit du Mans, Historic Challenge Spark 1968, little update to that, 2.05. Historic Challenge Eve 2.04, McLaren 1.3, McLaren 1.3, Portland International Raceway, PIR. This is a very popular track. I'd like to get up to Portland and run there. I'm gonna have to make sure our Lemons team makes it there. Eric Hardiman, that is totally not been proven. You don't think he was really a flat earther, just conning them for the money? That was part of his whole image. What I don't understand about the guy is he's got his rocket high enough that he would have seen the curvature of the Earth. Like, there's a certain altitude that you get to, and when you look straight across the horizon, you can actually tell that the Earth curves. It's not flat. So he's a flat earther now. Oh, that's pretty good. I'm Vucho right on top of it. Oh. RFactor front page flashes still, even though it was in the notes that flashing will give you a seizure. Didn't know that. I haven't seen the flash you're referring to. Anyway, work in progress, Portland International Kart Sim. By now, Kart Sim is a well-known name in the karting industry, known for high-quality professional karts and tracks. They're going to be doing a big update of their content. Also part of that, they're also talking about the BMW Sim M2 CS Racing Cup Series. I have that on their Twitter page as well. The RFactor 2 GT Series. Look, this is their leaderboard. That's the one they used for McLaren as well. Earth is triangular. Oh. I don't know. I've been told that it does that. Tom Tom Jones, I wouldn't be surprised that the moon is egg-shaped, right? But the shaping of the moon, all right, now we're going to get into stuff I don't know anything about. The shaping of the moon, if I am not mistaken, is from billions of years of being there, and it is locked. No, that it's still, it's locked so that we see the same side of the moon. So it rotates so that we always see this side. The dark side of the moon we have not seen from here. I believe the side that faces us is the thicker, wider side of the moon, and then the other side is the narrower, smaller side. So it's semi-egg-shaped. I wouldn't be surprised. Now the Earth spins around the sun. The moon is 2 halves. Hollow Earthers, we are off track. We've gone off the rails completely. Title locked. Yes, that's what it's called. Don't get you started about the moon. Would you miss it? All right, RFactor 2 GT series. We watched, if you watched on the channel, Mitchy Hoyer made a run at that. He didn't have enough practice. He didn't have enough time. So he did well, but not good enough to get into that. We already talked about the hidden mass. Yeah, that was just the other day we were talking about that. So GT series, they did post that. So here is the official lineup of drivers for the RFactor 2 GT Pro series. Risto Capit. I'm looking at some names that I know, guys. Friends of mine. Arne Schoenvlet, Kevin Siggy, Kuba Brzezinski, Nikodem Wisniewski, Rudy Van Buren, Joni Termala, Max Verstappen. Man, that would be fun to run in. Rudy Van Buren, Max Verstappen, Hani Al-Sapti, Peter Burliak. And there are other super fast guys, by the way. I'm just looking at the guys that I've either met, talked to, interviewed, or broadcast races that they're the participant in. Amir, I would imagine that he's doing it purely for ego, and if he got the money, he'd probably give it to charity, would be my guess. They dropped a booster rocket on the moon and it rang for... I missed something there, Steve. Moon surfing. Yeah, we're going to see. Yeah, I know. How long are they? You know, as long as he does well, they'll be fine with it. But if Max Verstappen has any trouble whatsoever in Formula One, they are going to put a stop to his sim racing right away. Or at least the only sim racing he'd do would be controlled. You think about it, Earnhardt. When Earnhardt Jr. wasn't winning, people were like actually getting mad at him for sim racing and acting as though that had had some kind of a negative impact on his real life racing. But yes, yeah, Max is a racing addict. That's all there is to it. All right, what else? What else? Formula One is giving away free copies of F1 2019. It's the official season review. F1 2019. Okay, wait. Let me get this right. Formula One, the game, is giving away 3 copies of the F1 2019 official season review on Blu-ray, courtesy of Duke Video. All you need to do is retweet this, and you could win a copy of the 2019 championship review. I would think that if you were into that kind of video, you probably either already own it or have no intention of getting it. Yes, he is, Arudes. He sure is. One of the best of the best. Grid, up for a challenge? And somebody sent me a message. I forgive me for forgetting. Let me see if I can figure out. I was just having a conversation with... Where is it? Come on, Cole. I get too many emails. I just want to give credit where credit is due. Shoot. I can't find it. Oh, who was it? We were talking about how to inspire you guys more to do these challenges, and somebody sent me a good idea. I have to go back and look. Grid is still broken on your laptop. Anyway, Joe with the truth. Joa. You got big huevos, my friend. Yeah, seriously, 3 copies. I could give away 3 copies. Oh, yeah, we were talking about the beta for Automobilista coming out on the 28th. That's today. Yes, that's right. Anyway, okay, so up for a challenge if you're just looking for some fun. I would love for you guys to send me screenshots. I'll make you the star of the show. I will use your time on any hot lap challenge and any sim to inspire our group to come after you. You can throw down the gauntlet and tell them, look, I can do a such and such, a 39.973 at Red Bull Ring and the Ferrari 599. What can you do? Anyway, Grid is up for the challenge. Grid asks, are you up for the challenge? 8 hours ago. Ferrari 599 XX Evo, Red Bull Ring, North Circuit reversed. Show us that your best time. Can you beat a 39.973? It's great. Oh, that's good to hear. Yeah, early adopters. Does that mean it's too late to early invest? Does that mean that's over? Codemasters, I didn't need anything from this. Why is this here? We don't need this. We don't need that. I guess there was an update to the update to the update. No, there is an update details 1.56. Well, no, we already talked about this. This was posted by Gran Turismo yesterday, but I know for a fact we talked about update 1.56 on Wednesday with the Aston Martin, the Fiat 500, the Nissan 180. We saw pictures. We already talked about... we speculated on those cars even. Anyway, in addition to that, there's some added events in the campaign mode. The FR Challenge, rounds 6 and 7. Group 3 Cup, rounds 6 and 7. Lamborghini Cup, rounds 8 and 9. And the 2019 Competition Endurance Series, rounds 5. Penalty system has a correction made and some other things in that update as well. I'm not sure we got through all of the details, but now you've heard them all. In addition to that, there is a balance of performance update notice, and this is in regards to the cars within GR1, GR2, 3, 4, 5B. They've been updated. Here's a following list of all the changes, whether it be increase in horsepower or increase or decrease in weight. So, for example, the Aston Martin Vantage V12 GT3 is up 111 up to 585. That's an 11% gain, and it is also picked up 5% in weight. So they've done a whole bunch of adjustments, balance of performance across the board to equalize that sim. Gamer Mussel. Were they able to sue the Madness engine better than use? Yeah, not sue. Way better. All right, that's good to hear. Good to hear. I'm optimistic for AMS too. Yeah, Joe, I think I'll hold out as well. All right, balance of performance. Didn't we already talk about that? Pretty sure we already talked. Oh, some other additions to that. What else? This is a cool video. So we've already talked about the Sydney Gran Turismo Sport, the FIA GTC Nations Cup race that went on. We already talked about our new champ and all that. We already talked about him being recognized at the airport and all the perks that come along with it. Anyway, this is a cool thing. I'm just going to hit play. I'm going to take a swig of coffee and let you guys watch the way this played out. All aboard the emotional roller coaster that was the FIA GTC Nations Cup final lap showdown in Sydney. It was Jesse Fox. Jesse Fox and I were talking about how to get those challenges going. Thank you for that, Jesse, if you're here. Oh! I love that. I love being able to see that. That's the one thing, you know, yes, in a Formula One race, you know, you see him pump his hand out the, you know, yes, that's cool. But you don't see that moment of transition from that super duper serious, hardcore race mode to that victory celebration mode. By the time they come around and take their helmet off, they've already done an entire cool down lap. They've waved to the fans. They've waved to the corner workers. They've done all that, and then sure. And I almost feel like to an extent, when the driver gets out of the car, the victory, they almost have to reproduce that feeling, because they really already had that moment, didn't they? They had that moment when they crossed the line. Sure, they're sharing it with the excitement of the crowd and with their teammates when they pull their helmet off and get out of the car. However, I don't know if it's the same as the moment that you transition from being so hardcore, so focused and into it. I can watch that all day long. I really can. I really can. Congratulations to him. WRT Racing, they've asked us not to speak about the content. Yep. Okay. Wreckfest, believe it or not, Wreckfest has an update. Can you believe this? February update with new tracks released from Wreckfest. You got the Thunder Bowl. Is that a new demolition derby? The Thunder Bowl. Let's play some video of that. Yeah, you're all business till you park it, but I've seen him pump those hands. Oh, look at this place. 2 new tracks, Thunderbolt and Tri-Bend Speedway. Oops, sorry about that. So that's cool. Wreckfest has really been adding a lot. What about the first? I got to get over the force feedback. You know what I need to do? I need to just put my controller on my rig and start playing Wreckfest with the controller and enjoying it for what it is, which is the best smash 'em up demolition derby, the best crash 'em, bang 'em, knock 'em out of the race driving game that you can get. I mean, we can all day long argue over whether they ruined Wreckfest or not. But, you know, if you'd never played the original and you picked this up and played it, I don't know if we would have been disappointed. I think that it would have blown our minds even with what they did to it. So if you want to take the perspective of that they ruined it, which I hear and I've said, I've even been guilty of saying those things. Yeah, I think it went from being a really, really great sim fun game to becoming a great controller racing game that you can use a steering wheel. Oh, nice. I could never get the replays to do what I wanted to do when I was trying to get shots of Wreckfest. All right, what else? BSim is talking about Assetto Corsa. I guess there was an update to their hotfix. So this is to Competizione, the 1.3.7. And so, yeah, you might want to, here's a changelog. Mercedes and Porsche non-Evo fuel estimators fixed for Paul Ricard and Monza. Fixed AI driver stint protection, blah, 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 blah. Billy Strange! You know, when I said I was going to do a Friday night show. The first person I thought of was Billy Strange. I'm like, well, Billy Strange plays in a band, and Skyline Red is probably booked on Friday nights. Billy will never be able to make it, but you're here. Hello, Billy. Welcome. So anyway, update to Assetto Corsa Competizione. Update on the update of the update. Xbox achievements. They're talking about Hot Shoe Racing, channeling classic 90s arcade racers this spring. Look at this. An Indy car against an Aston Martin looking car. All right, we'll play a moment of this video. I can't read in my glasses. Shipped. I think we already talked about what we got. I think that iRacing should allow us to have driver tars, and then I can get an image of me. Anyway, here it is. There's your classic 90s arcade racer, Hot Shoe Racing, channeling classic 90s arcade racers coming this spring. No Billy, no buy. No Billy, no buy. No Billy, no buy. Hollow Kart. Hollow Kart is one of the coolest Hollow custom edition mods and is now available for download. So you can play... Oh, Halo. Halo. Not Hollow. Halo. Halo. Pretendo. What is this? This is crazy.
Welcome to Halo Car. Been recommended by literally the universe to make a cursed Halo racing mod.
So what's that, Master Chief? You can now be Master Chief as you race Hollow Kart. I don't even know what this is. It just made me laugh, to be honest with you. I didn't really think it would apply to many of us. Available stages is similar to Mario Kart. In Hollow Kart players, so Halo and Mario Kart fans, here's something really special for you today. Inferno Plus has released a new custom mode for the first Halo game. As the title suggests, this mode brings together Halo and Mario Kart. In Halo Kart, players can use the Warthog in order to race against other players, similarly to Mario Kart. Blah, 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 blah.
It's because it's the one I played when I was a kid, and I liked it.
Really custom mode for Halo. This is a really fun custom mode for Halo. And we strongly suggest downloading from here. Wow. I almost thought it was a joke. Why am I in such a good mood? Drinking stream. No, I'm not drinking. I don't drink much. I don't drink too much. Overpass looks awesome, Bob. But you know what looks even better? Snow Runner. Alright. Oh, we still have audio playing. Let's stop that. Excuse me. It was, but then because we were doing a Friday night show, we decided to be weird, different. Okay, sorry. I just want to make sure that wasn't for the show. SnowRunner, yes. Oh, Terry's installing Overpass as we speak. I want SnowRunner so bad. Oh, that sucks. You couldn't get Overpass working with multiple controllers. Sorry, David Payne, yeah. Winding Road, I thought that might have been something for the show. 2020 Spec MX5 Sim Racing Challenge registration is open. So this is a competition. The Spec MX5 Sim Racing Challenge is about creating opportunities. The opportunity for one talented sim racer to achieve that sometimes unattainable goal of transitioning from virtual to reality. DJ Alessandrini did it last year by winning the 2019 Spec MX5 Racing Challenge. He'll be racing a Spec MX5 car at one of the 5 invitational events throughout North America this year. So anyway, I think that if there was a car that, I mean, yes, fast drivers are still fast, but the Mazda is one of those cars that everybody can get great in. It kind of removes setup from being super duper critical. Anyway, if you want a chance at racing a real life MX-5, and if you think what you've got what it takes to win on that level, you're going to want to check out this Winding Road. They're a real life racing team. They are an MX-5 racing team, Winding Road. They put out a website as well. But I've been following these guys for a long time. Steven, what about the VR game No Man's Sky? I have not played that at all. Yeah, I need a long hair wig for simulators. Absolutely. All right, what else? What else do we have to talk about? We do have to get off the air, by the way. We have things to move on to, so we can't be here all day. When I say things to move on to, I mean for all of us. So bear with me. Let's get to the end of the show, and then we're going to talk about what we're going to do immediately following the show. If you watched Wednesday's show, you already have an idea. Speed 51, 100% short track racing. That's their website. How a sim racer and super late model star joined forces. They're talking about the combination of Ty Majeski and Brandon Wilkinson. And if you want to find out how those two came together, you'll read that article there at Speed 51. Good reading for the weekend for you. What else? What else? IESA will organize Mazda and GT4 sim racing tournaments starting in March. IESA Argentina, creators of FIFA national tournaments, will begin organizing sim dating competitions of Mazda and GT4. Later, they will include Gran Turismo. Find out more details on the note. So another regional. This is going to be down in Argentina, and I guess they're kind of the who's who of the eSport world of the Argentina region, but now focusing on sim racing. When I read this article, I actually read half of this article thinking they were talking about GT Sport. And it wasn't until about halfway through that I realized we weren't talking about GT Sport, even though I read the word 100 times already, New GTA Online update turns the game into a racing sim. Today, coming off the back of new GTA 6 rumors, Rockstar Game released the new GTA Online update on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, dubbed Open-Wheeled Racing. The update more or less turns the game into a racing simulator. No, really, there's a whole two-wheeled racing game within two-wheeled. The update features 2 brand new open-wheeled vehicles, 7 tracks, and of course, plenty of massive crashes. That's really interesting. Yeah, I read that at Sim Dating. I think that was a little, McLaren and GTA now has Devin Booth with the Max. Where's Max? There you are, buddy. What's up, buddy? You're such a good dog. I'm such a lucky guy. Good boy. Anyway, here's another article. This is actually at Rockstar. OWR, San Andreas Pre. Open-wheeled races, Grand Theft Auto Online. Open-wheel racing now available for GTA. Look at this. This is like the real deal. I'm shocked. Did anybody see this coming? Did anybody know this was coming? Anyway, yeah, if you have Grand Theft Auto, you might want to go start racing it. Who knows? I might have to. If I didn't have so many plans this weekend, I would, but I am booked from now until Monday. My next free moment doesn't come until Monday after the pit stop, to be honest with you. I'll tell you what I'm up to in a minute. Verstappen among drivers, and we already talked about that. Yep, we already talked about that. But yeah, here's an article actually saying Verstappen, he's in. MotoGP eSport, all you need to know about the 2020 Global Series rounds. MotoGP Series is back, bigger and better than ever. Back and bigger than ever, 2020. Here's some FAQs. I always call that facts, by the way. I didn't realize it was FAQ. I always call them facts, like FACTS. But I thought it was some gamey way of saying just the facts. What is the Global Series? Where will the rounds be held? On which console? Blah, blah, blah. So all the question and answer there regarding that series. Introducing the brand new gaming experience for 2020, MotoGP Fantasy. So I guess they're going to have a fantasy game attached to their eSport series. You can check that out. I just like to let you guys know certain things. You know what? I can't cover it all. But I want you to know for things you care about. Here's an article here by Nag, the wife magazine, Nag. The Nag is saying how to start sim racing on a budget. What do they say? Can you compete in sim racing with just a controller? Most leagues will allow you with a controller if you choose, and they're part of the game. Yeah. We all start off with the PlayStation controller. For me, once the bug bit, I saved up for a wheel and pedals. Yep. What's a racing rig? Yep. Tips for new practice. Their suggestion, though, was basically I recommend a Logitech G29 or 920 is a good entry-level option. I don't disagree with that. And anyway, another article here. The old Nag. Ever since I got the wig, the women are coming after me. What can I say? Oculus Quest update finally adds microphone to Oculus Link. So for those who have an Oculus Quest and have wondered why there is no microphone, apparently there was. They just needed to add it. Yes, a nag is a horse, Bob. Yes. Yeah, what is nag when you're like nag, she's a nag? What is... Can we get a definition of nag? No. It went to the nag definition. Nag. Nag. Annoy or irritate a person with persistent fault-finding or continuous urging. She constantly nags her daughter about getting married. See, they use the wife reference to nag as well. It's not just me. Why is a horse called a nag? Why is a horse called a nag? Nag was a reference for a small riding horse in the English language. The Dutch language has a similar term. Nag eventually came to be a slang term referring to an old or worn-out horse. These were riding horses that had been ridden hard and aged poorly. There you go. We teach. We teach here at the Simpit. GT Sport Time Trials, the Kart Express and Racing Rough. So those are the big events going on in GT Sport right now. Circuit de St. Croix B, the Garage Car, Tokyo Expressway, and the Shifter Kart. And there you go. All right, what else? Oh, here we are. So, Rseat Studios. Rseat January 2020 development update. January. Did I get the wrong one? Can I get a February? Hey, Sala Jutsu? Sala Jutsu? Well, this isn't the news I wanted. The news I really wanted was the fact that Automobilista 2 Early Access came out today. I'm not sure how I got this story instead. I kind of screwed that up, didn't I? Announcements. Yeah, it's a month old already. Come on, someone must hate what we're doing. That's what we've been talking about as well, Sala. A lot of people here have been talking about running it and very impressed, saying the graphics are up. They're saying Double Dragon. The graphics are exceptional. They did a better job of utilizing the Madness engine than Project Cars did. Is that what they did? I thought they used the... Yeah, they went to the Madness. They were RFactor. I'm sorry, I had a little brain fart there. It's Vanilla Ice. Ice, baby. Here it is. Okay, so I mentioned we were talking about Overpass. And I'm like, yeah, I want to play some Overpass, and it is available now versus this is not. But this is what I'm going to be pre-ordering. Here it is, $59.99 USD. SnowRunner Premium Edition. This is the game of every game that I've seen that's coming out. I'm almost as excited for this as anything that's out there. I really am. It just looks so fun, looks so cool. And that post directs you to where you can buy essentially for the beta. Overpass looks like a pretty version of Beam MG. NG. Is that show related? Nope. Okay. We're talking to the Porsche. That's Porsche planning. Anyway, pre-order is now available for what is called SnowRunner, which looks like the most extreme version of Mud Runner, spin tires, or whatever you want to call it, ever. And it'll be out April 28th, available on the Epic Games Store. And I've decided I'm going to pre-order this. I've meant to. It's on my notes right here. Here it is. Anyway, I'm going to order it, and I'm going to contact them about getting a copy. And if we get two, we'll just give one away, I guess. So, anyway, what else? All right, it's coming up on 6. We got to wrap this up because we got to move on to other things. Ready? Let's blow through this, you guys. F1 coming February 28th. Formula One Drive to Survive Season 2. Formula One Drive to Survive Season 2 on Netflix. So that's out as of today. If you're a fan of Drive to Survive and you've been waiting on the next version of it, it is now out as of today on Netflix. People have been asking, what's F1? What's Codemasters going to do? We blow through nothing. Mercedes' new push-pull steering wheel, so effective, Formula One bans it almost immediately. So, there you go. What's next? Pedals that move sideways? Anyway, here's an article here. Here's an interesting bit of UI design. A push-pull steering wheel that confers a competitive advantage. Since the car was first invented, the steering wheel had a simple job. Turn the wheels, front wheels, and with the exception of tilt telescoping feature used in modern cars for ergonomics, the only motion a steering wheel was capable of rotating in one direction or the other. However, recent in-cockpit footage of Mercedes Lewis Hamilton revealed something curious. He can clearly be seen pulling the steering wheel towards him in a straightaway and pushing it back prior to turning. What the heck function does that confer? Steering wheel. Anyway, looks like this is going to not make it into Formula One. And so what did it do? Do an aero change? Towing the front wheels. Look at that. You know, they should have known better. I thought that was something that was ruled out in the world of aero. I thought you weren't allowed to have active items in Formula One, I believe, right? I mean, didn't they to me it seems like that is something that was clearly stated in the old rules and that they were really trying to get away with something perhaps even. Anyway, a lot of people speculated and wondered how long and will Codemasters add that to the sim. And it looks like they won't need to, perhaps. So, there you go. That's what's going on. We've talked about that on the show a bunch of times. I can see that being really good with aero as well. Pull back and it drops your wings. And push it forward and it increases the wings or kicks up a little gurney flap or something. That would be very cool as well. Oh, they did let them have it for this season. Is that right? Sadly for Mercedes, they'll only have a single racing season to test it out. Okay, so they get one season. Mercedes, weren't they? You gotta hand it to Mercedes. Wasn't it just a couple years ago they're the ones who split the turbo and said, hey, let's have a cold side and a hot side of the turbo. There's no reason they need to be combined so that the hot side heats up the air, which sort of diminishes the return on what a turbo is supposed to do. It's supposed to inject air, and the colder the better. So if we heat up the air, it's not doing the job nearly as well. So if I'm not mistaken, Mercedes invented putting the hot side, the exhaust side of the turbo over here, and a shaft over here, where you had the cold side sucking in cold air, but not letting that exhaust anywhere near it. And it actually did very, very well. 0.7 per lap. You're allowed to use the wheel to change directions, the loophole. All right. Wow, what do you do? Seriously, what do you do? If you're Formula One, you want innovation, right? You want technology. That's kind of what it's all about. You want these teams to be able to compete the way they do, which is a combination of driver skill, a combination of engineering skill, and a combination of team ability. You want all of those things. But yeah, again, getting back to active aero, these are the kind of things that they have been very clear that they don't want within. Now, like you said, that's a loophole. Of course, the steering wheel affects your steering. So who's to say what part of the steering it affects? Brilliant on Mercedes' part. And I'm surprised they got away with a full season, to be honest with you. Do not do high force feedback on a DD wheel in Overpass. See, if you have a DD wheel, aren't you supposed to know better to turn that thing way down before you even bother getting out on track? I thought. Or do you have the emergency button? I mean, some wheels do, some don't. Anyway, that is the story. So now, I guess we have to go back to the question. Will Codemasters implement that into F1 2020? And will the F1 eSport competitors have a 0.7 advantage in that circumstance? I mean, if I'm Mercedes, I want my guys to have the same things. So, yeah. It's just a white bar until you hit a rock and then a massive snap. Uh-oh. That's not good. Joa. Almost as much as the Astros. Yep. I just got political. F the Astros. David Payne, thank you very much. I got to keep on point. We got Sims to play. All right. American Truck Simulator Update 1.37 available in open beta. There you go. That's at Driving Italia. Also at Driving Italia, they are talking about Part 1, Guide to Telemetry and Sim Racing. What is it and how does it work? Well, I don't know. I don't know anything about telemetry. I know how to extract telemetry. I know how to pull up the graphs, but I don't know what all that gibberish means. Anyway, here's an article here at Driving Italia telling you about telemetry. And, you think about a Formula One team. It's not even just a one-man job when it comes to telemetry and engineering. It's a whole team. It's not just a one-man job even. Yeah, well, and F1's always been kind of funny about that, haven't they? I mean, really? AMD, talking about a Radeon software, Adrenaline 2020 edition, 20.2.2 highlights and fixed issues because there was a patch and update. So, anyway, look at all the changes, all the fixes. So if you're on a Radeon, I don't know. Hey, David Payne, thank you very much. We love you too. Thank you. We love you all. You are my friends, my sim racing companions and buddies. Thank you all very much. AMD guys. Oh, good. Look, we're at SimRigs. That means we're close to the end. After 20 plus years of racing with controllers, I finally upgraded to the Thrustmaster TMX. She may be an ugly cockpit, but she's my ugly cockpit. That's all it takes, buddy. This is was posted by Wagawi16. Wagawi16 finally upgrading. He's got I built a stand so much like that back in the day for my Xbox to play Project Gotham Racing. I had a Microsoft wheel for that, I think. I think I had a Microsoft wheel on a stand just like that for Project Gotham. Had nothing to do with my SimRig. I had a SimRig as well, but that was the Xbox rig. Here's another one. Check this one out. This is from Guns and Coffee 1911. I wonder if he means like a Smith & Wesson. Is it a Smith & Wesson 1911? Isn't that a 45? Or a Colt? Is that a Colt? It's a 45. A 1911 is a model of a 45 handgun, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so I put my 27-inch 1080p monitor on top of my triple 1440 monitors for shits and giggles while I waited for it to sell. He kind of wants to keep it now. I can totally understand that. You upgraded monitors. You put your old one up there like it was no big deal. I'll just check it out. And now, who knows if it's even for sale. Nice looking Deathmobile there by him as well. Perfect 8 p.m. start time for you on the East Coast. Awesome. Bosco, this is a test. I'm not sure yet if the Friday thing's going to stay. I'm noticing we have 56 people watching, so that's about half of our normal crowd on a 9 a.m. For the live version of the show. We'll have to see how it affects the numbers, but nobody knew. I'm not expecting the same numbers today. I told you guys on Wednesday it's going to take time for people to realize I like the feel of a Friday show. It also allows us to go from the show right into doing some racing together, so I can maybe get a few of you come out and join us out on track and do some racing, which is what we're going to do. So let's finish this show up and talk about that real quick, and then we'll get to it. So this one here is by VDubbin39. Check this out. Wheelchair rolled up to, and obviously he's using the pedals, but he's got his Thrustmaster TX that he picked up last night. Anyway, I like this. I don't know if the guy really needs the wheelchair, if that's just a chair, but I do know we have a lot of people who have various different disabilities who are in our sim racing crowd, and that is one of the great things about this hobby, is that it just allows just about anybody to get involved and be a part of it. And, you know, all of you guys are so great. Everybody I meet in sim racing is so great, and it means it's a good, comfortable place no matter who you are or where you come from. So anyway, nice looking rig by him. And then finally, we'll finish things off here with Sim Race hardware news and reviews, talking about the Haptic Simu 5 degree of freedom plan de surprises. Anyway, just a little eye candy for you guys. Another compact design. 5 degrees of freedom. So that means, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where would be the fifth? 5? My bad driving is my disability. Oh, Todd, that was a great show. I remember the Race 07 show. We were so very excited for Race 07. That was a really good, that was a special show. Hey, I got my, I actually have my Inside Sim Racing mug right here. It's me, God's Whip. It really is. All right, so that is going to do it. That is going to do it for today's show. Before we go, so tomorrow night at 5 p.m. is practice, 6 o'clock qualifying and the race is the Simpit patron race. And as you know, I make a Simpit trophy, custom trophy, for the winner of the race. We did it a couple weeks ago. We did it for last month's makeup race. And so, yeah, this is the trophy for this week's race tomorrow night. And I decided that right now, what I'm going to do, so I'll even show you what I'm going to do. Right now, I'm going to host a race room. So I'm going to start this in a minute. So it's going to be called the Simpit Patron Practice Race. We're going to run the Pro 2 trucks at Daytona Rallycross in a matter of minutes. The password is Simpit 2020. Simpit 2020. And you are all invited to come join us. So let's see here. We're going to start right now. Yep. And Devin, you can be an admin. That's fine. And everything should be fine because we just did this race like a week ago. This should give us about 50 minutes of practice. The rooms only hold 10 people. So if you get there and you only see 9 people, that's okay. When the practice runs out, we're all going to be put into the same room for qualifying and then the heat races. We're going to run 4 heats with the top 3 transfers, consolation race, and then the final driver should be 16 of us in the final. And this is kind of a practice for what we're going to be doing tomorrow night in the Simpit patron race. So it's the last chance for me to check all my settings. We're in the Pro 2 light truck. That is a free truck for everybody. We're at Daytona International Speedway 2007 Rallycross. That is a free track for everybody. And we are going to start this room right now. Max drivers 32. That should work. And track conditions, qualifying at 15%. Race state will carry over from qualifying. So they'll do a little bit of, check that track temp. Here it is, time of day. Afternoon. Why don't we go ahead and make this late afternoon? That'll keep it a little bit cooler. And my weather should have been random, right? Generate weather. Yeah, so we should be 78.55. All right, check out. That means that room should be open in a matter of minutes. Password is Simpit 2020 Pro 2 Light Trucks at Daytona. That was one of the reasons I wanted to do a Friday night show, so we could go right from doing this right into the fun or racing. And we'll try to mix it up in the future, not always be iRacing. But since tomorrow night is the patron race, where somebody's going to, now everybody can go practice for tomorrow night's race. Anyway, that is going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed the difference, the change of pace, the Friday night show. I had a lot of fun doing it. It definitely did have a different vibe about it. And that always makes things fun, changing it up, mixing it up. I'm always telling you guys when you're getting bored in sim racing, maybe it's time to mix it up. I'm not saying I was bored with the pit stops, but mixing things up always adds excitement. I had a good time. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for being the star of the Friday night pit stop. And I hope you come out and join us on iRacing right now for some Pro 2 Light Trucks at Daytona. Terry Crouch is coming for that trophy. Is he going to get it? Are you going to get it, Terry? I don't know. We'll see. I get to keep one as well. I'm always a winner. I make two. I keep one here in the studio, and I send one to the winner. Anyway, you guys, thanks again for being here. Thank you for being part of the pit crew and making it so much fun just to talk about sim racing Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Get out there, do some sim racing. Have a great weekend, everybody. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track. Oh, I got to press the button.